Hej. Hej.
Velkommen. I didn't say your name. I just said director. Is that the way the students see you as well? Only the director?
It's first name there, so I'm Arne, full name Arne Osland.
Arne Osland. Welcome. And what's the idea behind this school, Arne?
Well, I think our idea is a bit in the category of hairy aims. I think our aim is to make education a force to unite people for peace and a sustainable development. And of course, there is also an element of realism in that. I think, so we're a movement, there are 14 schools around the world, and we are fortunate to have one just north of Bergen in Fjaler in Sogn og Fjordane.
How is it, welcome Bob, you're from Uganda?
Yeah.
How is it to be in Fjaler?
Men actually är väldigt bra. And it's a great thing to be in Norway itself. Yeah. So I feel blessed and privileged in many ways.
Why did you choose to join this school?
I really believed in the whole idea behind the United World Colleges, just like I said. And I really believe that education is that tool that can really be used to transform the society. And I always wanted an education that would help me discover who I am. Now, Marco just said, it's important to know who you are, and it's really embarrassing if other people know you more than you know yourself. And in the current education system that I was in, I really felt I wasn't really, discovering the person who I was. I wasn't really discovering that me in me. So when I saw the idea behind the United World Colleges, I said, I think I belong there.
Yeah. I think I belong in Fjaler even.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually interesting because I had 3 choices and I chose to come to Norway. And people are telling me, why on earth are you going to the middle of nowhere? I said, there's magic there.
That's magic. What kind of magic are you creating? And how is this, if you take the international perspective, one thing is what Bob's telling, to find the unique with yourself. How does this international concept work?
I think what's important is to create an arena where you actually can have that give and take. And I think Marco referred to a lot of what I call informal learning situation. I think what we succeed in, I think, is we have them there all day round. So for Bob, the full 24 hours is a learning situation. He shares room with 4 others, and again, that room is purposely diverse. And just walking here to Grieghallen today, you see Bergen is also a very diverse place. But when you go to school, to what extent do you actually meet the other in that person? To what extent can you create that arena? And I think that's what Bob is coming to, that in his room there is a lot of sharing going on, things that they learn from, and also and then you also have the classroom situation and the extracurricular program that. So I think that as a whole create that situation.
Marco, we live in Oslo, and the students or the people, the youth that you work with, it's kind of it's quite international too. How do you see the similarities between what they can gain in Fjaler and what you gain in Grønland and
I live in Bergen.
You live in Bergen.
Just so you know.
Gee. We live in Oslo too. And, we have.
I used to, but
I always met you in Oslo, so I thought.
That's true.
Okay.
I work a lot in Oslo, but I live here. But still, it's the same. I mean, in UPage we had 19 different countries represented, both inside the workers and the youth. And just by going on a summer camp, it was a cultural exchange in everything we do and everything we say. So it's about how you talk, how you think. It's your attitude that you afflict, and even what kind of food you eat. So it's all about coming together and learning each other's differences and just not just listening to it, but also somehow appreciate it.
When we have international leaders on this stage and Norwegian leaders, we talked about how important bringing young people to the table, and that's right. That's a polite thing to say. But how do you see how we saw it on in the films? How do young people see the future in the light of the challenges that we have talked about today?
I would like to give that an approach that as a young person, after coming to this society where I'm meeting 96 different nationalities, that in itself was already rewarding. But when I realized something that changed in me, I realized this when I went back home in the summer holiday. And I realized there was something different in me. And I realized my perspective has really changed. And I realized I'm now viewing things in a more global perspective. And in many ways, I feel I've learned a lot from so many people. And I have an idea of, I may have an idea about something, but from different perspectives. And this is something that can only be achieved when this mixing up occurs now. After meeting all these people, you get a chance to learn. And learning is a lifelong opportunity. But then, to me, the 2 years that I will be in Norway is going to be perhaps the 2 years of my life that I won't forget. Because I have learned a lot. I've seen so much about the world. And I think it was Jonas who talked about global perspectives in meeting some of the challenges today. Now, I think he talked of the 80% success that was made. Then a few years ago, and they were left with 20%, But then because of the lack of understanding, everything crashed down. Now, with opportunity for people to understand one another, to view things from different perspectives, and getting all these different people coming together, and then reaching an understanding, learning to live with one another, defining a celebration of the differences. I think that's really important. And that's something that I really cherish about this place, the United World Colleges. Yeah.
This is also something that makes it so rewarding to work with young people, because you have the attitude side of it, which I think is, and I think in a school, I think attitude and the knowledge itself are of equal importance.
But is it? We often say that young people have the spirit, and we can say that young people are naive, because we've been young people and inspired and naive. Think that we can change the world, and we get older and we think that, well, it's just naive. Is it, you work with young people too, this, what we call naive, what is that actually? What is that spirit? Is it to be naive? Because not many people change the world, even though it's a lot of young people wants to change the world.
I guess we all have a naive part in us. Like I think, Marco, part of what you said.
Yeah, he's really naive. He thinks he's going to walk.
At the same time, he shows that there is something else.
Yeah.
So I think we all need a reality check also. And I think that's what sport is so fantastic too. There are all these people who are going to be Solskjær, and you very quickly get that reality check in football. That is an arena where which tells you your abilities and where you learn about where you have your real skills and your limitations.
What's not naive? Bob, you said.
Yeah, I want to say something about this whole thing of naivety. You see, sometimes as young people, we get so ambitious, and we have all these goals that we want to attain in life. And then when our elders look at that, they look at us as being naive.
Yeah.
But then I want to challenge you to, instead of seeing us as being naive, don't look at the naivety in us. Look at the potential in us and help us, realize that potential. Bawa talked about mentorship. That's what we need. And many times, at least for many young people, when they get all these ambitions and they really get focused and we get ignited and we just want to go for it, But then sometimes the kind of example we see from society, the kind of example we see from people that are having these positions, sometimes is a bit discouraging. But then we really need that potential in us,
and guidance and mentoring.
And the guidance and the mentorship.
And some kids actually become Solskjær, and that's probably those who are the most naive, and they never stop believing. I saw this picture once. A penguin was flying, 2 penguins on the ground saying, he still doesn't get it. We can't fly, right? It's something about that.
Okay, we're gonna have another guest. It's really nice talking to you. I'm just wondering, you've been in Norway like 1.5 years. Hvordan går det med norsken?
Ja, jeg synes det går veldig bra.
Ja.
Men
Hva er det som er vanskelig?
Det er mange dialekter, så det er vanskelig å forstå eller Bergen-dialekt, Oslo-dialekt, så det er mange dialekter.
Ja, og du lærer nynorsk i tillegg?
Ja.
Ok. Okay. Good luck with that, Bob. Very nice
Tusen
talking
takk.
to you. Good luck. Veldig bra.